June is finally here. Birds are singing, the weather is great. What better way to relax than by getting a chill and relaxing game for the summer? That game is pretty good. I don't know. Maybe this one. This also looks good. That also looks decent. I'm not sure. Ittle Dew 2. That's just the game I was looking for. Got colorful graphics, a cartoony art style, and whatever that thing is. This game is gonna be a piece of cake. Or maybe not. The game starts off with a cute little cutscene showing Ittle and Tipsy chilling on their raft when suddenly they find themselves stranded on a small island. Oh, and did I mention that their raft just randomly explodes as soon as they get off it? A few moments later, the island caretaker Pazzle magically appears out of nowhere, telling him that there's no new rafts to be found on the island. Luckily for us, Tipsy swoops in and grabs a note from Pazzle's pocket saying that there are 8 raft pieces to be found on the island, spread across 8 different dungeons. So of course our mission is to track down and obtain all 8 raft pieces so that we can build ourselves a new raft and get off the island. Because cutting down a couple of trees sure wouldn't be a hell of a lot easier, am I right? Tipsy even mentions this to Ittle, but nuh-uh, rafts don't grow on trees, you know. Wait, so you're telling me that I can't go out to a tree and get a raft? That's unheard of! That's like saying money doesn't grow on trees! So now that we're free to go, let's take a look at the first dungeon. I'm sure it's gonna be epic. There's gonna be a gigantic castle with lava and fire-breathing dragons and... what the heck? A pillow fort? What is this crap supposed to mean? I thought this was supposed to be an epic adventure. What kind of epic adventure is this? Well, whatever. Let's just get it over with. In the first dungeon you learn a bit about how to fight and solve puzzles. That is going to progressively get harder as you go on. The first dungeon is pretty easy to get through, so let's see what the boss fight is like. Holy jeepers, how am I going to beat this metal monster? I only have a stick of wood! Oh wait, this is easy. Yay. Okay, the first boss was pretty easy. Just a few dodges and then done. The game is basically just 8 different dungeons in various themes that matches the zone they're in. The second area is a beach area with candy canes? I'm not sure if Santa forgot what season he belongs to, but summer is clearly not right. The dungeon here is a sandcastle, and in this dungeon you get the Force Wand. The Force Wand can move blocks from afar and damage enemies a small bit. Other than that, the rest of the dungeon is just a few puzzles. The dungeon boss this time around is Gem on a duck robot. These bosses are weird. The boss is standard procedure by now. Dodge attack, then attack, rinse, repeat. I still don't understand how I, with a stick, can beat all these enemies made of metal. What is this stick even made of? Oh. This zone is art themed with Greek architecture scattered all over the place. It's appropriate that the dungeon in this zone is a museum. I've been to many different museums, and one common rule in all of them was don't touch anything. So of course here I break everything, because the rules don't apply here. So this time around the boss is really demotivated. Well, no matter, let's beat her so we can continue on our adventure. So now we've been introduced to all the bosses in the game, and they will be looped until the final boss. From this point forward, the game let all breaks loose, and you feel like it's freaking Dark Souls you've stepped into. All the enemies deals lots of damage, and there are also more of them, which makes it hard to traverse the world and explore everything. That said, the overworld enemies are pretty hilarious at certain times. You have platypuses with shells, candy cane snakes, but my personal favorite is the cactus. This cactus is not your average cactus. Oh no. This cactus flexes. It even buffs up when it's low on health, so that's cool. But I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty frustrating to fight against since it has so much HP. This guy easily takes 30 hits with your stick to kill. The music is great and matches perfectly to the zone you're in. I personally love the start zone music because it's so catchy. When you enter a cave, the music turns into a marimba tune, so the melody is played on marimba, which is cool. The final dungeon is a mansion. By the time you get to this stage, you have everything that you need to beat this dungeon except the single weapon upgrade. This dungeon is tough. The enemies you face here are as strong as mini-bosses in other dungeons. This dungeon has to be my favorite out of all of the dungeons in the game. The dungeon is pretty big, but what I really love about this dungeon is the small notes left around the mansion that tells us what the boss is thinking about us. So you beat the dungeon and the dungeon boss is revealed to be Pazel, the guy you first met. This is actually not even a surprise since it's literally told to us in the 3rd and 6th dungeon that he is the last boss. This boss battle is pretty epic and is by far one of the most unique boss battles I've ever played. You need to solve puzzles to be able to hit Pazel. These puzzles are puzzles from the 8 different dungeons you've been in, and it really tests your ability in solving the puzzles. It then changes to killing different enemies, also from the 8 different dungeons. Then at last you fight Pazel. After you beat him, he gives you the last piece to the raft. He also gives you a special key. This is a key for the 4 extra dungeons the games gives you access to in the end game if you buy the Switch version. But who cares about that? We got our raft, so let's see what the ending will be. Hey everybody, I hope you liked the video. If you did, then please consider subscribing and also follow my Twitter to get updates on future videos. Also, thank you for 100 subscribers, I really appreciate it, and if you want to see more videos, then I recommend checking out my top 5 video game genres. This has been Acroh, and I'll see you in the next video.